So for me, this is a personal opinion, but hacking is always fun. It's never boring, unless you have a web application that only has an HTML. And it's not really fun to do a pen test on a web application that has nothing. Or if, like for example, you compromise someone on their workstation and they are working from home. You can't hack any other computers inside the network, so it's kind of frustrating, but it's always fun. It's always fun to hack, always fun to learn new things. Maybe it's just me, but I really love to do hack. Alright, so, okay. My talk is just for 30 minutes, so I'll try to speed up so that I'm on time. Okay, so for this, how to get things started to be a hacker. So, basically you just need to learn to hack. But if you're going to talk about specific things, I'd recommend you to learn 3 core things. One, of course, is the programming or coding skills. A lot of people are saying that you don't need to code or write your own scripts to be a hacker, since there are a lot of tools. But what if you encounter something that you can't, that any tool doesn't work, right? Are you just gonna cry? Or just gonna submit a black report saying that, oh, there's no existing tool, I can't hack it, I can't do this, I don't know. So, yeah, I think one of the most important things here is with programming skills or coding skills. One, you can understand this. This is an exploit code, and exploit ED is a Python script. So, yeah, this is a reverse shell, very good. Look at this. So yeah, if you're just a guy who does only copy scripts online, then I'm sorry to say, for me it's kind of hard to upskill more. If you just rely on things that you can, yeah, so I think you get my point. For me, it's really important to know at least how to understand code and try to write a basic single core programming language. So for me, my main core programming language is Python. Since Python is easy, as you can see, if you're not even a hacker or a programmer, you may understand some things like there's a needs listening IP, there's a print, so it means it prints that string. Something like the payload. It says payload, so it's about the malicious code, something like that. So it's really intuitive and very easy to understand. So for me, yeah, it's one of the go-to programming languages that I use when I do hacking. Next is if you know how to code, to write, to do your application, to do any kind of program or any application, you have a bit of an idea on what to expect in every application that you want to hack. So, for example, you know a bit about web application, different web frameworks, like MVCs, model view control, something like that. So at least you have an idea on what does every endpoint mean, or every functionality, what every functionality does. Like for example, there's a login, registration, search functionality. So if you have an idea on how those things are being coded, then you will also have an idea on how to abuse it. And of course, you will also have some ideas on how people secure it, which can also help you try to craft your different attack vectors, what to try and what not to try. Alright, next is computer networks. So basically this is just about how computers communicate to each other. So if you don't know how networking works, then just be a networking guy. Just kidding. Anyway, why networking? So basically it's about how, as I mentioned, how computers talk to each other. So how does each networking protocols mean, how does one payload reach another computer, how can you abuse that protocol in a way that it can be abused and used in a malicious way. Like for example, here I'm just going to drop some technical things. DNS. DNS is one of the common protocols being used by computers to resolve a domain to an IP, right? So if it is being used as an exfiltration technique, then an attacker can use a long subdomain trying to exfiltrate some data over DNS. So it's not the intended way, but as a hacker, hackers are trying different ways to abuse the protocol, which makes them good and super good. Yeah. Next is system administration. So basically, it's just about knowing how computers work. So I've met a lot of guys from the InfoSec community who started as system administrator, and they're really great. And once they got inside the machine, it's like compared to coding programming, they are the guys. Once after they jumped from being a programmer and became a pen tester, most of their focus is about web application security or pen testing web applications. So for this, it's just like a translation of the guys who are really good in doing an internal network or external network pen test or hacking, since they are really familiar in how does an operating system work, how does a network of computers in an Active Directory work. So it's mostly, and it's also the versatility of knowing how to move from a Linux machine and a Windows machine. So if you encounter, like for example, if you successfully hack someone and you're using a Linux machine but you're just a Windows guy, so what now? Is it the end of your hacking? That's too sad for you? So yeah, it's the same way for Windows. If you're a Linux guy and you have never experienced or you're not very versatile with Windows, what happens if you compromise someone with a Windows machine? Are you just doing a bash? It works on PowerShell, but yeah. I get my point. You need to be versatile in any different, not just Linux, Windows, any operating system possible, so that if you want to hack and abuse the functionalities of an operating system or a computer that runs on different OS, then you have the leverage to know what to do and maximize your compromise. How to get things started again on online penetration testing labs. So I'd highly suggest try HackMe. And it's not biased, not because I love contributing in this platform, but basically it's more leaning to a beginner-friendly platform wherein it really teaches you how to start a terminal in a Linux machine. Try to do CD, change directory. Try to do ls, list directory. What else? Try to do an FTP login, SSH login. So it's really drilled down to the best way can be delivered to a beginner. Well, not biased, but yeah. Next is Hack the Box. So I myself have started in Hack the Box, honestly. I did not start in Try HackMe before since I'm not familiar with it, but when I started learning pen testing, I started with Hack the Box with a lot of people here. I'm trying to look for some friends here, but yeah. Hack the Box before is really challenging for me since unlike now, if you guys are familiar with Hack the Box, now the platform allows you to do register directly on the application, but before there's like a mini game that you need to hack your way to just register in the application. So it's like if you can't pass that registration stage, you don't deserve here in this platform. But now they are more beginner friendly and they also have some Hack the Box Academy or different trainings and good training, network training labs wherein you need to compromise multiple machines in a single network. So for me, this is the next level. If you want to start with one, go to Try HackMe. Next is Hack the Box. But it depends on you if you want to jump right through the hack the box. Next is proving grounds and offset. So offensive security. Anyone here knows OSCP? No. Who here is OSCP? OSCP. Anyway, so basically it's just like hack the box. Since hack the box, I forgot to mention hack the box is a platform wherein they, for every challenge, so to speak, they give you a boss to hack. So it's like hacking the boss. So it's like hack the boss. Yeah. So for the proving grounds, it's the same. They just give you a machine to practice on, so that you will not hack anyone aside from anyone or anywhere. Lastly, CTFs. CTFs is, I think, one of the core things that helped me grow my career. I started playing CTF since, I think, 2018. Maybe not much. Compared to now, it's not. It's, what I was saying is, it's not like before wherein I really play every other day, 5 hours a day of CTFs just to train. But now I'm too old to do that. So for me, CTFs has really helped me build my overall, the versatility of skills that I have. Since playing CTFs, you don't know what to expect. Unlike, for example, hack the box. You expect that hack the box, you just need to hack the box. Your focus is hacking inside the box. But in CTFs, you will encounter they're going to give you a malware and you need to investigate it, or they're going to give you a network capture and they will ask you to analyze it, or give you some cryptography and try to decrypt an encrypted message. So every event, like for example here, this screenshot is CTF time, and it provides you a list of ongoing and upcoming CTFs. And so basically, what I'm saying is you have a lot of different CTF events which give different experiences. Since different creators, of course, create different set of challenges, and you will learn a lot if you encounter different challenges created by different people. So, like for example, here, if you join the Red Teaming Village CTF, you will learn probably about red teaming, of course, but if you join the Root Gun CTF, then you will not sleep tonight. Next is the university program. So, of course, if you're not a guy who wants to learn things on your own, try to research on your own, then just go back to school. So there are a lot of, nowadays, unlike before when I started working, or started even doing college, unlike before, now, compared before, there are already a lot of schools offering cybersecurity as a degree. And this one is about LaSalle University Master in Information Security. So if you want to meet this very awesome prof, CJ, then you should join this. You should enroll in this program. I'm just going to run through some schools since I don't know much about them. So I think this one is also a sponsor in RootCon, not sure. And I think I saw that there. But the LaSalle CSB is also offering PS Cybersecurity. Just check the link, I don't know much. Next is the Holy Angel University, PS Cybersecurity. I think I know someone who tried to take a master's in cybersecurity in Holy Angel, and he told me it's okay since a lot of people who has good credentials in cybersecurity are also trying to teach and are also teaching in that school. Next is the AMA. I think everyone knows this if you know the real Doc Darbs, since he's the guy, So if you go here, you might get a 200K salary once you graduate. Alright, so if you're not into university and you just want to go on online training, but it's a guided training, well, I don't know. This is not a paid or this is not a sponsorship, but I'd say Guidem is one of the online training let's say, providers that I'd really like to recommend. Who anyone here tried guidance training? Oh, how is it? Good? Alright, so yeah, they know it. So, I'm not probably, not saying that, but yeah, guidance is good. So, if you want to learn about VAPT, then I suggest taking this one. Okay, so, yeah. Next is about certification. So, not sure if every certification has its own training combined with it, but I suggest if you want to upskill and get good in cybersecurity or hacking, then I suggest taking some certifications. But there are a lot of certifications and it's really hard to choose where to start. So, here is a pen testing or red teaming section, and there are a lot of certifications in cybersecurity. For just an example, it really depends on your preference on how to start with. And I was too lazy to create my own graph, but somehow I agree with this. Not totally, but you can follow it if you want. So the easiest one to start is EJPT, and if you want to split, try to focus on web and continue on doing EWPT, EWPTX by IME. And next is OSWE, but I think there's also a new offering in Offset, which is OSWA, which is also about web applications. So that is a path to become the facer. No, just kidding. It's a web application pen tester or a security web app security engineer or anything like that about hacking web applications. Next is if you branch out to networks, then you're a guy who wants to hack servers, hack workstations, move from one workstation to another, or even hack all the computers in the organization. So you can start with, after GPT, you can go with PNPT. It's the TCM training provided by TCM Security, and OSCP. But of course, you can also, for me, you can switch OSCP and CRTP. CRTP is it's a training focused on compromising Active Directory network. But OSCP has also this one, so if you have passed OSCP with an 80, then I think you can skip CRTP. And if you want to boost your Active Directory skills, then try CRTP first before going to OSCP. Since I've heard a lot of stories now, unlike before, OSCP is just the five isolated machines, and you just need to hack one machine, and not one, but of course get the passing score, try to hack everything. But now they have this Active Directory network that you need to compromise, so I suggest getting good with AD first so that you will really focus on the isolated machines and not worry on the AD network and OSCP. Next is CRTO, and there are a lot of other trainings, so yeah, if you just want to get started, just follow the left side and eventually you will know where you want to focus and try to build your hacking skills and jump from one branch to another, or try to build your own skills by doing research. Okay, so now let's go to career paths. So if you want to be a hacker, a legitimate hacker, then if you want to be someone who reports a vulnerability that you see and not just the face and develop application, then try to be a bounty hunter. So bounty hunters are like hacking different or not just web applications, but different applications exposed or maybe not exposed online, and they authorize anyone to hack their web applications, and they pay a good amount of money if you find something that can be exploited in their web application. So in the screenshot, there are a lot of people who are earning good money because of the bounty. And I think, this is a good example. So just for a single finding, if you you get a very good jackpot, you're paid for your whole life. No, just kidding, it's just 1 year, I guess. Next is pandas or red teamers. I think this is the most basic one. If you want to be, if you want to be, if you want to be pandas or red teamer, then yeah, there are a lot of good companies here in the Philippines. I'm not gonna drop any name of the companies, but if you think I am good, then I am working on the good company. You wanna join? Okay. Next is build your own company. So I'm not sure if you know this company, but I know this guy. So this guy is one of the infamous guys that does hacking. Let's not just say what hacking he did in 2013, but he knows what he did, and now he's a proud guy who started Sikuna, his own consulting firm that provides penetration tests. And look at that guy, that smile. Smile of not being a defacer. Anyway, so in the end game, aside from building your own company, just try to get in the ladder of the management and try to build your skills until you become a senior pen tester, senior red teamer, be a manager, be a director, and be a CISO, and hack everyone in your company and take over. Anyway, yeah, not sure. There are a lot of different end games, but if you prefer being the guy who is the super security guy in your company, then try aiming the CISO role. So, alright, what's my point in this talk? So, it's just to get good, you need to practice a lot. You need to practice the right skills that you want and practice in the most optimal way possible so that you won't waste time. I mean, if you try to just hack and learn a lot of different things, might be good for you to learn a thing or two, but it's really important for me. It has been really effective once I had a framework on what to learn, one step to another. So for me, just to share, I started my pen test adventure by doing Hack the Box, and eventually, I did that while being a blue teamer. So I started in Red Rock. So who's in Red Rock? So I was a blue teamer before. I worked for 4 years as a blue teamer. I jumped into another company, and while doing blue teaming, I also started doing pen testing or red teaming training. And my mindset is that it's really easy, well, not super easy as always. It's easy to be a blue teamer if you know how red teamers are, or how attackers do their attack. So my point is, if you understand how threat actors move in a network or how they attack, it's really to see it in the defensive end, as long as you have the visibility. So after that, I jumped into red teaming, and I've been doing red teaming a lot, and I've been doing blue teaming. So basically, I've been trying to pen test or learning pen test since 2018. That's my point. So it's been 5 years now, and I haven't stopped learning, I guess. But it really takes time to learn things. So if you really want to be good at hacking, build the mindset, build the right skills you need. It's not always web applications, it's not always networks. Try to be versatile, try to always try to learn everything. I know it's hard, but I think that's the best way to get super good. Okay, so I think that's it. It took more than 30 minutes, but if you want to ask some questions, feel free. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, alright. Very good question. This question, I'm not sure if everyone speaks in Filipino, but this question is, As a red teamer, how did my blue team skills way back help me in having a good and successful engagement? So I think what I mentioned a while ago about as a blue teamer, it's easy to detect if you know how the attack works. It also does the same thing in red teaming. If you know how blue teamers work, how they move, what are the possible visibility that they have in their network. If you try, for example, if you try to recon them and they have, what? They have this EDR. I won't drop any EDRs, but yeah. They have this EDR and you have experienced that before and that EDR is not that good in this type of attack or technique, then of course that's the thing that you're gonna try. Or if a lot of attackers before that you have seen are trying this type of attack, then you will also try that attack. Since you know that in the defensive end that it works, then you will also try it in the offensive end. And you know the things that are very noisy in the network, like for example, if you see someone is using CMD in an HR computer. HR doesn't know how to use terminals, right? Unless it's a super hacker HR. But yeah, it's an anomaly. So if you hack someone that owns an HR computer, then of course you will not spawn any PowerShells, you will not spawn any command lines. So the mindset of not tripping anything to be less noisy, since you know as a blue teamer, that thing is noisy and always gets caught. So yeah, have I answered your question? Okay. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, that's it for Hacking 101. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach me. You're gonna find out like this. Looks too tired. Feel free. I'm still here around this time. So yeah. And the guys who won village shirts, join me in the village after this. Thanks everyone.